Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading. And today is November 7, 2023, and today is Tuesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, we're watching commodities slide. Now looking at today's major economic events, nothing scheduled for the rest of the day, but earlier this morning out of Australia, we did have a rate statement. Now looking at the markets, starting out with the Forex symbols, the major pairs pretty much tapering off after that nice blitz on the upside. Now looking at the indices, both the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ taper off and stall after having a nice move upwards. Now looking at commodities, both gold and oil sold off. Now looking at the stocks, they held on to their gains yesterday. Microsoft even pushing a little bit higher. Now lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin remains unchanged. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go with the Euro USD, a little bit of a tapering off here as mentioned before, and you can see it, it's not big, but it is tapering off. Now it hit 107-ish level. I do expect it to retrace to 106.30-ish level. That would be my next guess of where it would taper off to, both because of support and both because it's 50% retracement. So keep that in mind, as that still has way to retrace. Now looking at the GBP, a little bit more aggressive. And it's the one that is more volatile between the two, between the euro and the British pound. It's more volatile versus the US dollar. So keep that in mind. And it is retracing a little bit more than we saw with the euro. Now jumping into the Turkish lira. Now, you didn't expect this, but I'm going to go over it once again. This is just continuing to trickle lower. I mean, you just don't have to look at it on a daily basis because it's trickling lower. It's literally just watching paint dry on a surface, and it's just so boring. It's not doing these major moves, but you turn around and after a few weeks, this is just completely just gone on even further. So looking at the past 6 months, this has gone from 118 to about 28 right now. That's over 10 points. That's amazing. That's really, really amazing. That's more than 30, 40, 50% of where it's holding at. And I mean, if we look at historic lows, I mean, this is going back, let's take it back to pre-corona time. It was at 9, so it's tripled in value in its depreciation. That's really bad, really, really bad. And that means it could go to 30. If it breaks 30, it could continue going. Okay, so keep in mind and keep this on the radar. Now looking at the commodities, gold trickling lower to 1968 and broke that 1976-ish level. That was a supportish level. Now we are hitting supportish level here, very important. And so did crude oil, breaking $80 a barrel to $79, just shy of it. Now it does have support at $78. Now we did mention this. It was looking like it's getting weaker. It made that lower high and then continued not showing any kind of resistance, or resiliency, not resistance, resiliency, and did just break lower. Now jumping into the US markets, they held on to their gains, okay? 34,000 for the Dow Jones, hitting that resistance-ish area, keep that in mind. And on the NASDAQ, same thing, 15,190, okay? So we had to push higher. Now there are some stocks that went up higher than others and some that really, took advantage of the situation. Microsoft pushing itself to 356, right back up there. It's been very, very strong, okay? Now Facebook has it. Okay, you can see that. Facebook was unchanged yesterday to 315, not doing much, really doji of a candle there. Now looking at the other stocks, JP Morgan was very strong and breaking its 30-day moving average on a 4-hour chart, but keep that in mind, on a daily chart, it's pushing above its 30-day moving average. That's really very important. Now, if the averages break, that's even more important, so keep that in mind as well. Now looking at Tesla, also pushing higher as well to 219, not bad, and it's coming back to life above 200. Now also the chip stocks remained very strong, $37 for Intel, holding on to its gains as well. NVIDIA is coming back to life at 457. So lots of things are still being very resilient in this type of atmosphere that we're at. Looking at Bitcoin, still trading sideways, so it hasn't really changed its direction. So keep that in mind as well, as this is just consolidating at this 34,900-ish level, call it 35,000-ish level altogether. Okay, so keep that in mind, not much doing much there. This is Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.